Welcome back to Movie Plot Recapped. This film actually is far more enigmatic than that of other movies. A girl named Dani is seen here. She checks mail which is with the name of her sister, not anyone else. And that mail is addressed to her. She says, "I am going to my mother and father." It is revealed that she is taking her life. Dani calls her sister after reading the mail. But her cell phone was switched off. And Dani calls her boyfriend. She asks him to meet at night. It is known here that her boyfriend Chris does not like her. He was just flirting with her. But Dani had the affectionate feelings for him. Now Chris is seen here, who was celebrating party with his friends. Chris's friends say to him that he should break up with Dani. We then see authorities going into Dani's parents' home, where Dani's sister has flooded the house with carbon monoxide, killing her parents before stuffing the tube into her mouth, and taping it there. Christian goes to Dani's apartment to console her. Now Chris accompanies her to a party to relax her. Chris's friend now invites him to a summer festival where they will meet at this party. This festival held in a village where all people used to live, making a distinct community. Now Chris's friend tells him, this festival is special for this cause. Because it is held only for one time after 90 years. Now all plan to go there. First of all, Dani forbids. But she agrees on the insistence of Chris. And they leave for festival. Now they had reached such a place where the meadows were everywhere. Its sight was very pleasant. They meet a man there. There was also a couple along with him. They are his friends. The group takes magic mushrooms. All are intoxicated after drinking it. It is striking 9 o'clock at night. But it is observed that it was a daytime. The time was incredible. Dani goes to lavatory. She senses someone at his backside, going into the lavatory. She comes outside after being scared from it. And she loses her senses while running outside. She observes that one day has passed as she wakes up. It means that there was the night of a few hours. They discover a big sun-shaped gate, reaching there. Then an old lady is seen standing on the stage. And she greets all of them. And they celebrate this festival as a gala. Some of the girls begin to dance here while catching one another's hands. One of the girls smiles, looking at Chris. It means that she had started to like Chris. And Chris also smiles, casting a sight on her. Now Dani glimpses a wall there. Where many stuck photos of the girls and they were crowned. Then that man tells him that these are the queens of the dance. Dance competition is held in this festival. And the winner is awarded the crown of a queen. Next day, an old couple is seen here. Who had been worn the different dresses. It was seeming as they have been selected for a cause. Now this old couple are seated on a chair. And they are taken to the upside of the mountain. And a lady reads a book at the foot of the mountain. It seemed as it is their ritual. After this, they both husband and wife wound their hands. And they mark a symbol with their blood stain. Afterwards, they both old husband and wife jump off the mountain. Old lady immediately meets her hand between them. But man's foot is fractured. And he has survived. Now that old man was in a bitter pain. And he was shouting loudly. Hearing his shriek, all begin to shriek like him. After this, a girl is given a big size hammer. Later, she strikes on his head and another girl also does the same. As a result, that old man is ended. Witnessing it, Dani and all of her friends are badly scared. And they were not understanding this. What is all happening here? Why did they commit as such? Now the same couple that had been seen before among these friends. They are more feared. Then that tribe's lady stops them. And she says that their round was complete, composed of 72 years. So they sacrifice their life for it. And she tells that. We observe life as a cycle, as we prefer to die ourselves willingly rather than by fear or pain. Then she says that I will do the same. When my time will each. But that couple do not agree with her. And they make the decision to leave that location. When that girl finishes getting ready after packing her bag. Then she begins to search for her husband, but of no use. After it, she asks an old man, who tells her that she is already gone from there. And she tells that he cannot move away without me. Then that old man befools her. And he tells, there was only the capacity of one man in the truck. So your spouse went alone. And he says to her that another truck will also approach there, which will also lead you to the station. After it, Dani is seen, who was very disturbed and scared. And she also wanted to leave that place. But her friend stops her. And she agrees with him. And she stays. In the next scene, it is seen that a little girl is chained. And they are going to throw her into the water. Dani forbids everyone and asks them, why are you doing all of this? After this, that girl is recused. It was being committed so everyone may know about it that. How powerful this girl is. It exposes that these people were so mysterious. Later, it is witnessed that an old man who has died. Now they burn the dead body of that man. Now their ashes are thrown on a tree. And they had belief that this tree is here for last many years. And it is so pure. And a big mistake is committed here by Dani's friend. Dani's friend urinates on their tree. Seeing it, all villagers lose their temper. And he says to them that it is just a dry tree. And they tell him that this tree is here for last many years. And we consider it purest. You had not done like this here. Dani's friend is seen who was writing his thesis on this village. He was investigating on the villagers and he begins to collect this information. How do they live? How do they celebrate their festivals? Now he meets a man in that village who was a librarian. He tells them about a book and also tells that it is their holy book, of which further pages are blank. And this book is automatically changed. So its next pages are blank. It is also unknown what is going to change further. It is written in this book if something is changed in future. Later, he asks him, who tells it what is needed to be written in this book. This book is being written by a man named Robin. Now that man is seen, whose face was mysterious. This man is considered an oracle by them. They call oracle to that person who holds some power. After it, that he asks him to take photos of this book. That librarian forbids him on this. Dani's friend begins to take the photos of this book covertly at night. Then a man comes after him and he considers him his friend. At the same time, he hits him from the backside and makes him unconscious. And that man is seen. Then that man had masked himself with the mask of his friend. It means, he was not his friend. They had killed their friend. Now Dani is seen who was worrying about her friends. Now he begins to ask all where are they from the night time. After this, their leader speaks. That their ritual book has disappeared from the night. They believe that Dani's friends perhaps has stolen this book. And they have run away. Now it is in the knowledge of everyone. What had happened with them? At last, villagers' festival is started. Dani also participates in it. Now a drink is given to these girls at the start of this festival. Consequently, all are intoxicated and they begin to dance. Now it happens in this festival as all girls have to dance while moving around the tree. And the girl who will continue to dance till the last moment, she will be crowned. Now all girls dance. Now Dani dances till the last moment. And she becomes a queen. Now all bend themselves before her, honoring her. Dani is crowned and it makes her seated on a special seat. Now Chris is seen who was seated in a room. Tribe's head comes to him and she sits near him. And she says that you have been chosen and you will have to spend some time with Maya. Due to this, that girl will extend our generation. Maya is the same girl who was looking at Chris while smiling. After it, they make Chris sniff a smoke. Consequently, he is intoxicated completely. Dani looks at him at a distance. And she is very scared, seeing him. Then she starts vomiting and she begins to weep bitterly. All presented girl begins to weep there. Now this sight was too strange. Now Chris comes outside and he begins to run. Now he looks at a man under the ground whose one foot was on the surface. He was not anyone else but he was their friend. It is revealed now that they have killed their friend. Now Chris reaches at house while running. He also glimpses another friend here, who had been hanged after beating him violently. Before he understands it, a man releases a drug in smoky form on his face, appearing there. Due to this, he loses his consciousness again. Then all villagers get together. And their leader tells him, we sacrifice 9 people in this festival. There are 4 people of this village while 4 people are outsiders. 2 old men had been died among them while 2 live people had to sacrifice themselves. It is revealed here that 1 person was left for sacrifice. And it will be decided by the queen either that man will be villager or outsider. Now Dani is seen who was very angry from Chris. Because he had deceived her. She begins to cry, seeing Chris. Due to this, it is known that Dani has chosen Chris. Now one more mysterious act is committed here by the villagers. They take all organs of bear out, hunting it. And they adjust Chris inside the skin of that bear. And they were doing it all because they had belief that whole village will be purified after killing Chris. Now this cycle will be restarted. Then they keep that Chris and other people in a temple. And they set that temple on fire. As those people begin to burn, villagers also feel their pain. And they begin to shout loudly. It is also seen here that Dani also begins to cry in the same way. In the end, Dani is seen who has a smile on her face. What was the meaning of this smile? No one knows about it. Please subscribe to the channel for further videos.